Hey, everybody. Welcome to Camel City Chat. I'm John McPherson. I'll be hosting you today with my friend, Mindy Bloom. Mindy is joining us, as you can see on the split screen here, from the Ronald McDonald House of Winston-Salem. Now, Mindy and I have been friends for years. Of course, Mindy was on the radio show when we used to do real estate radio several times. And so we're going to talk about a whole bunch of things. Of course, we are 6 feet apart because I'm at the house and she is at the Ronald McDonald House. And we're going to hear about what they're doing to kind of make everything work for their guests and things, because this is serious stuff right now, because they are trying to help people to get in and see their children in the hospital, at the same time keeping those families safe at the house. And we want to hear about that, how we can help out, all the above. And welcome, Mindy. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
Well, thank you for being here. Of course, you know we got 3 questions. And the first one is, where are you from and how long you been in Winston?
I grew up in the Tidewater, Virginia area,
right.
Portsmouth, Virginia specifically.
All right.
I've been here 31 years.
All right.
And what was the last question?
And that was just how long you've been here. So 31 years you've been in Winston. And how long have you been with the Ronald McDonald House?
This is my 15th year.
15th year, and you are Director of Development, right?
Correct.
All right. So I got that
Actually,
right.
they changed my title. I'm Development Director now.
Development Director now. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we need to talk to Chuck about that. I mean, you can't keep switching it up on me on that. So Director of Development, Ronald McDonald House, and we're going to hear a whole bunch more about what you do. Second question is, where's your favorite place to eat?
I like a lot of restaurants, but we like to go to the Carriage House.
The Carriage House up on Stratford?
Yep. Great food. Great. It's great value, great food.
Right.
Great people.
Okay. So the Carriage House, and of course now, I would be remiss if I didn't ask you in a little while to name all of the freaking cool restaurants that are helping you out right now, because this is serious stuff at the Ronald McDonald House. You can't have people come in. And so we're going to talk about that, right?
Correct. Yeah, we really want to talk about that.
All right. Now, the third question, what's your favorite thing to do in Winston? And just because artwork with the symphony does not have to be the answer.
We like to take advantage of a lot of cultural events in town. We very much enjoy the Piedmont Opera.
Right.
We just enjoy different events, the UNCSA events that they offer,
right.
And some of the shows at the Little Theater and also UNCSA and Haynes France, things like that.
What a hidden gem that is, that, you can go see a third-year cello student perform at the UNCSA. I when I was single many, many years ago, I would buy like those packets, and those would be like, I'd take my little brother from Big Brothers Big Sisters, or I'd take a date or a friend or something. Those are just great performances, and it's right there down the street.
It's pretty amazing, if you ask me.
Yeah, so that's cool. Have you seen?
These kids go on to Julia. I mean, they go on to New York and to LA, and they're the next stars on the big screen and on the stage.
Oh, no lie. It's crazy. I mean, you can name True Blood had a Weeds had one. I mean, several of these HBO shows had students from UNCSA. And of course, we always kid around about, what is it? Animal House with Thomas Holtz, who later became Amadeus. And
exactly.
Have you seen what River Run's done? River Run is now sending out emails of each staff members recommending movies that you should watch, and then telling you where you can find them online. So like XYZ on Amazon Prime and stuff like that.
I know, it's great. I mean, they're when life gives you lemons, make lemonade, and they are doing a great job with that. Mm-hmm. They really are.
Well, let's start with this. The first thing is what is the Ronald McDonald House? I want to ask that, and then I want to talk a question that you always hate that I ask, but I always ask it because I think people need to understand where your funding comes from. And I already got that look from you, I know.
That's
so what is the Ronald McDonald House?
Okay, the Ronald McDonald House is a 35-bedroom facility right here on Hawthorne Road in Winston-Salem. And we welcome families who have their children in area medical facilities, whether it be Forsyth Medical Center, or Brenner Children's Hospital, or some outpatient type of service that they may be receiving at some other area hospitals and the like.
And we also have live in the county. Is that it?
Pardon me?
I can't live in the county, right?
Well, sometimes exceptions are made, but for the most part, you have to live outside of Forsyth County. Our biggest county that we serve is Guilford County, and then Davidson and Davie and all.
And you have people
we also operate
too.
Say it again.
You have people come down from Wilkes and
oh, tons, yeah. Tons.
Okay.
We also operate 2 family rooms, and those are the day services of the Ronald McDonald House inside the hospital. Got one at Forsyth Medical Center and one at Brenner. And newsflash is we've got another one that's going to open at Cone Health in later this year.
Right.
So we're very excited about that. And we have a new program that we offer. It's called hospitality carts.
I was going to ask.
We affectionately call them Aunt Pauline's push cart.
Right.
And we have volunteers that push them around the hospital, and it depends on which hospital as to what we're serving. The hospital at Brenner Children's Hospital, really Wake Forest Baptist Health, and Forsyth Medical Center, we serve the antepartum moms that are, have fragile pregnancies and are waiting to deliver. And then we have another push cart, Aunt Pauline's push cart, over at Randolph Hospital, and that serves the pediatric area as well as the maternity area, and then it serves the whole hospital at different times.
Okay.
It's great. We have great volunteers that are pushing them around and making a huge difference. And we have some more hospitality carts in the horizon, so stay tuned for more information on that.
I am a little disappointed. I heard a rumor.
Oh.
So how long have we known each other?
15 years, probably 14, maybe.
Yeah. So we got partnered with you guys back in the day. And I mean, it's just been a wonderful thing for us. And I can't thank you enough for your support of kids and what you guys do in the families. But, for how many years now have I been mowing the yard in the playground?
Okay, fans, let me tell you, mowing the yard is a great overstatement by our friend John McPherson. It was AstroTurf.
But
it is
there's
no
a
longer
rumor.
AstroTurf.
Did you guys tear down a house to build a new play area?
We sure did. We tore down 423 South Hawthorne Road, which has been our property for the last 2.5 years.
Right.
And we are building, we're putting in a meditative garden for the community. And then there's a natural drop off, and we are in the back of the house, back of the lot. There's going to be a private area for our families, and it's a play area that will have an accessible playground
An ADA
for all
accessible
children
playground. I cannot believe
that stay at our house.
That's so freaking awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. I didn't know you knew about that.
I got sources.
He does.
I also got sources to know that you've been working 12-hour days. I know that there's you guys are on different shifts and stuff like that. So I wanted to ask what exactly the Ronald McDonald House is. Now let's talk about this coronavirus thing and how it's affecting you all. So we have how many families currently? Today is Tuesday, Monday the 30th?
Right.
And of course, this is going to air on the 1st of April. No fooling. So how many families do you currently have in the house?
I believe tonight's census is going to tell us we have 15 families.
So 34 is what's your max?
35 is the max.
Okay.
And this is just, doctors are keeping patients out of the hospital as much as possible,
right.
Unless of course it's a life or death situation and they absolutely need the care and everything. And the population at our Ronald McDonald House is very, skewed, like 54% of them are NICU babies anywhere, neonatal
right.
cases. So you can't, they got to be in the hospital, and they've got to be there until they're strong enough to go home.
And I'm going to give away my source at some point here, because I'm going to tell you a story and then you're going to tell me. So you'll figure this out. So we've got the 15 families there. And now, who is it over? Is it the 80 Pies or the DZs over at UNCG that was bringing food that comes and does stuff? What's the sorority?
Well, 80 Pi, and they do it from Wake Forest University and from UNCG. It used to be App State too, but they don't come down anymore.
So they can't come over because obviously they're not in school, but then they also can't come over at all anyway, right?
Right. No one can come in the Ronald McDonald House unless you are temporarily living here at this time. No guests are welcomed and all that at this.
Because you and I were talking about doing this like outside, putting a microphone and micing us both up and being 6 feet apart and doing this and this. I think this is going to be so much better. So, all right. So you don't have, Sarah's Book Club or Kim's Card Company or John's, whatever. Those groups are not coming in right now to service. So how are you feeding these families?
Well, thank you for asking that question. We have we put it out on our social media channels and everything that we are taking financial donations, and we're also trying to communicate with the restaurants that have helped us out in the past. We've gotten a lot of people that have called up and say, "Oh, we'll send a meal over." And so, for example, last week our friends at Bonefish called
I
us
was
and
going
they
to
said,
say bonefish, so I really was paying attention.
"You really
I
were."
heard
Well,
they-
so Bonefish, they even packaged everything individually, which was so helpful because we have to package everything individually. You can't do a buffet in
Right.
this situation.
Because you eat family style normally.
Yeah, we like
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
And we've also eliminated. We usually have nine tables of four or so in the kitchen, and we've eliminated. We're down to 3 tables, and they're spread apart, so that basically we're discouraging too many families from being in the kitchen in the dining area at one time. We're trying
They
to get them.
already eat staggered anyway, though. But
Usually they do, yes.
yeah, no,
Yes.
I heard Bonefish brought enough food that people were actually able to go home and take some with their families and stuff too.
Yeah, they did.
Okay.
They were wonderful.
Big
And
old
then,
hunking pieces of salmon.
delicious salmon, I might add.
Well, Bonefish is the bomb. So yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
We love them. We do. And then, I mean, McDonald's does meals for us every single Monday night. And
Right.
so, which is great because, back in the day before all these services that delivered food, we were the only game in town that McDonald's delivered to. And they are just absolutely wonderful to us. We've applied for and received grant from Truist Foundation to
Okay.
get to use some of their resources to buy meals. Other restaurants have reached out to us. I talked to the owner of the Olympic restaurant in Colfax today,
Right.
and he said he's going to help us out. And we just have to schedule it because so many people have been very generous. The folks at Jason's Deli are doing a deal for us. Mrs. Pumpkins, another caterer that helps us out all the time is Five Loaves Catering. I got to give them a shout out because they are absolutely wonderful to us. And so many people have reached out to us to see what they could do to help. I mean, we need it. We need that. We need meals. We need cleaning supplies. We need all the things that families are needing.
Just as long as you don't need toilet paper, you're okay.
Knock on wood, we're doing okay with that.
I'll tell you. So first and foremost, when this is all over with, people get in touch with Mindy and go over and get a tour. I mean, it is the most awesome facility. Just getting to see the area downstairs where they do laundry for the whole house, all the storage and stuff like that. But right now, what we need is we're going to put it down in the comments. Excuse me. We're going to put it down in the comments of how to get in touch with Mindy. Any type of financial, if you can just give $20 or something like that. They've got it online that you can click and do that. I'm sure, correct?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you another great way to help us out is right behind me. You see this blue.
I was going to go to that. You steal all my segues.
Well, I'm sorry, but I just, a lot of people go, how can I help? I said a $10 investment in a $10 T-shirt would be a wonderful gift to help us. So
is that this year's shirt?
Yes. You want to see it better?
Yeah, no, that's perfect.
Okay.
All right, so that's it. And then that's beautiful. So that's the Sport a Shirt Share a Night. And so basically for $10, all right, how much does it cost? What is the cost of someone to stay at the Ronald McDonald House on a night? And then what do we charge them?
Okay, we ask our families, let me do it the other way. We ask our families to pay $10 a night.
Okay.
If they can afford it. We turn no one away because they are unable to pay.
Right.
The real cost is $84 a night. And so all we're trying to do is get them to get a little skin in the game, if you will. Right. It's a 31,000 square foot facility, 35 bedrooms. We've got a fully stocked kitchen, fully stocked pantry for these families. Coca-Cola does a deal for us where we sell canned drinks for 50 cents to these families. I mean, It's just, it's amazing all the things that we have to offer them. And usually when we have meals, the folks come in and prepare for us, or businesses will come in.
Bingo, all that stuff. Right?
Right.
I'm amazed at how it functions and how much different it should be. I mean, it is right now. It's just, that just bothers me.
Well, it's amazing. I mean, you think about volunteers and everything, and meals are huge. And you're going to think I'm one-track mind here on these shirts. We have 10,000 shirts in this house. We usually get volunteers to fold them. Guess who's been folding 10,000 shirts? The staff at the Ronald McDonald House, when we're manning the reception desk or have a little bit of downtime, or we're trying to do some coverage, but we're going to take a little bit of break from the normal work that we do, and we fold shirts. So we're doing the best we can.
If you're not doing Camel City Chat, you're folding shirts.
You got that right.
All right. So all right. Tell me, okay, you're working a different schedule right now, correct?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
So what are you doing right now?
I worked yesterday and today for 12 hours.
Okay.
And so,
very unusual, right?
What?
That's unusual.
More or less, yeah. Usually it's a normal work week.
Well, hold on, wait. Oh, how's this? You're not usually scheduled for 12 hours. You may work 12 hours. You're not scheduled for 12 hours. So you're scheduled for.
Well, we just do it till we get the job done.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You've always been that way.
Yeah, but I mean the whole team at the Ronald McDonald House is committed. So that's just how it goes. But, so what we're trying to do is maximize the coverage of the Ronald McDonald House, but minimize the exposure.
Right.
So 2 of us are working tonight. There are 3 of us actually on staff right now at the house. And other people are off until Thursday and Friday and Saturday. So it's just different shifts to try to cover everything and to make sure that we are here to help our families as much as we can.
Okay. All right. Now, so one of the things I'll reveal my source now. So here's this is how crazy this is right now, as I need to move this out of the way, because then you can see I was vacuuming up here a minute ago. I better be good there. My wife's going to kill me. I had a tickle in my throat. And so it is so intense right now at the hospital. I understand the other day, one of your parents had a tickle in their throat and coughed. And even though they weren't sick or anything, they wouldn't let him go into the hospital. Is that true? That's kind of how things are locked down?
I heard that as well. It's a third. I heard it as a third party, so I can't verify that. What's
up with the sticker on you right now?
Oh, this one?
Yes.
Can y'all see it?
Yep.
Okay. Well, we're taking as many precautions as we can at the Ronald McDonald House. We are checking temperatures when you come in, and each of the employees have their own personal thermometer.
Correct.
And so we check our temperature and make sure, and I got a little smiley face today that I was, good temperature. I think it was 97 degrees.
And that's good for the people there, because they know that you are healthy as well too.
Correct. And so families have to do it as well. We've got the plastic glove, the vinyl gloves, and we've got the wipes and the Clorox and everything else. And all the staff members have different cleaning assignments along with, other, and families are, asked to clean as well and to make sure they keep their areas as clean as possible.
Okay. So, obviously this is a bit of a change. It's probably a more than a bit of a change. So what are you guys doing besides the thermometers, the cleaning and stuff to make, because let's be honest, it's really about the families that are there that are going through the struggle right now of a loved one that's in the hospital that all they want to do is see, hold, and get home. So how are you all making it work?
Well, the hospitals have pretty much asked the families when they go over there to stay for the day, not to pop in and out or anything like that. And so it's fairly quiet around here. We usually have more programs available. We'll have Monday night bingo, and we'll have a Wednesday pet therapy and things like that. And we, of course, had to suspend those at this time. Although I did hear that the Ronald McDonald House of Durham had intercom bingo the other night, and they were even had somebody delivering the prizes. So, that may be an opportunity for us coming forward. Who knows? But, we're trying to offer our families, even though we can't do a prescribed recreation, and we don't have, and our common rooms are closed temporarily. So like the Latham room, which is named after our founder, Penny and Dick Latham, in memory of Alan Latham. That room is not being occupied right now just because, that's where people watch television, but we can't permit a common area like that.
Okay. All right. So, all right. So Sport a Shirt, we've talked about that. You've got so many activities you do throughout the year. I know one of your favorites is, what's that thing called? It's a character breakfast, I think.
It's called the Character Breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we've got it scheduled. It's calendared for October 17th this year.
Okay.
Bridger Fieldhouse, and all the everybody that wants to have breakfast with their favorite superhero or princess or prince or cartoon character, please plan to come. It's
Okay.
basically for all ages and all stages, and we have 2 seatings, and it's always sold out. So it's
Yep.
very, very successful
It's a
event.
great event, a great event.
Yeah, and we actually had an MC last year that he kind of looks like, yeah, it was you.
Yeah, he had a better shave, I think. This is my Corona beard right now. Yeah, I'm still waiting for my lifetime contract. It hadn't been delivered yet, so I'm waiting.
It's tied up with the lawyers right now because of the coronavirus.
Yeah, that's okay. That's what it is.
Get freed of that.
Why is this so essential to Winston-Salem? I mean, I'm going to ask you some questions that I guess will hopefully make you think, because I know the reason, but why is this so essential to Winston-Salem? It's just such an awesome thing. So tell people why they should love and support the Ronald McDonald House like you and I both do.
If you had a child who was sick enough to be in the hospital, God forbid Laura's ever in that situation. God forbid my future, I'm not announcing anything. I have no grandchildren on the way, but
if you were to get a grandchild, right? Yes.
But yeah, that has got to be a parent's their worst nightmare, that your child's sick enough to be in the hospital. Right. And then the care is so specialized that you have to travel to a different city, and you have to have accommodations there, and you're basically going to live in that city while your child is being taken care of at the hospital. And so we want to be the address for that, for these families that come from near and far, to be able to help them as much as possible. Take the load off. It's really funny. If you come to the Ronald McDonald House, there's a statue. It's a wonderful, wonderful bronze statue, and it shows a mom walking in with like some extra, like two siblings and a sick baby.
Right.
And you could see the mom is so worried, and you can see the look on, and that is the look that is shared by all the families when they walk into the Ronald McDonald House. But I have to tell you that look changes as they get into routine. Of course, they get more comfortable with what's going on with the medical situation with their child, and they're, learning to adapt and to understand that this child is just going through some medical procedures that will hopefully get them on the other side of it to come home and to mainstream into their life. Mm-hmm. The relief on faces changes. It totally is there for these moms and for their dads and siblings and everything. And when you come to the Ronald McDonald, you'll see we have a medical play area downstairs, which is it's like a simulated area of a NICU unit. So that it was built for the siblings, so the sibling could become more comfortable with what baby brother or baby sister was going through and what they would see in the NICU. I have to tell you, I've seen plenty of moms down there, because we've got IV poles and we've got like an incubator and different medical equipment that moms can touch without hearing a beep and without freaking out over what's really going on with their child.
Conditioning and comforting.
Mm-hmm. It's just, a help. That's all we're here to do, is to help. It's just like I mentioned, we had the pet therapy. Those four-legged friends, can you imagine it being in a strange city and being away from your pet? Yeah. And coming home to the Ronald McDonald House and having a four-legged friend wagging his tail waiting for you.
I said that I always ask this question, and it bothers you because we have to be careful. We have to love and thank the McDonald's restaurants and things like that. But right now, when we're going through all of this, the first thing people are probably thinking is, oh, Ronald McDonald House, they get all their money from McDonald's, they're going to be okay. They account for a small portion of your budget. So how much of your budget do you have to raise, you think?
We have to raise about 90% of it, maybe 92% of it. Okay. And McDonald's, they help us out to the tune of 8 to 10%. They're generous.
And that's awesome, yeah. But it's a great foundation, but the house is built with a whole bunch more wood than the blocks that hold it up. And so what I'm concerned about, and why I really wanted to have you on when we talked about this, was, I can name, so we've got Sport a Shirt Share night. We've got a fun, do we still do the run?
No.
We don't do the run anymore.
That was a one and done thing.
A one and done, okay. Yeah, I can understand why. Because running's not fun. And then we do the luminaries, and we do the character breakfast. So already the shirts are put on hold a little bit, correct?
They're on hold. We're still selling them. Like I said, we're still folding them, so we haven't filled any orders yet. And we were scheduled to do the order to distribute the shirts by mid-April and to literally have the wear day at the end of April. So we've got a little, bump in the road. We'll still sell the shirts. We'll still be having, we may not have a full day, a day that says, it's Sport a Shirt Share Night Day on April 24th or whatever. We're definitely not having it on April 24th. But the shirts are for sale. They're only $10, and they'll be at the house. We'll be able to arrange pickup for people, and if they wish to have them shipped, they're $5 a shirt unless they order a big order, and then we charge them whatever the shipping is.
So one of your big things is someone like a Truist or Reynolds or something like that. I mean, they like whole departments will buy shirts and then wear them all together, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And so
exactly.
that's kind of a little issue now with people working from home.
I'd say it's sort of slowed down a little bit right now. It really has. There's a company that usually buys about 600 or 700 shirts, and they're basically closed for 4 weeks.
Okay.
But they'll be back. I mean, we're just going to be sitting on, like I've got 10,000 shirts to get rid of, and
Okay.
I will get rid of them. We just usually get rid of them in bulk by the end of April.
Well, and what people don't realize, and this is the Mindy Bloom effect. You'll wear somebody out. I'll just tell you that right ahead of time. But I mean, with regards to the shirts, I mean, the shirts are paid for through the advertisers on the back. So every $10 is gravy money. And so that's a huge, huge shot in the arm for your annual budget for for the Ronald McDonald House in Winston-Salem.
Yeah, we were definitely on plan to raise a minimum of $200,000 net on these $10 t-shirts this year.
And folks, she said net, not gross.
So now who knows, hopefully we will see to it to get to 200. We may miss it a little bit. I hope that
if anybody can do it, it's you, by the way. Oh my gosh, wear you out because you love them kids. So we got that. So that's one. Then the next thing is we've got, of course, I think we're going to be okay for the character breakfast, and then of course it's luminary time again. So how many luminaries are you guys selling now?
We'll probably sell close to 10,000 a year, close to 10,000. And you can light them. Everybody, we got a lot of feedback. It used to be Christmas Eve, and then we did it the Sunday night before Christmas, whether it was Christmas Eve or whether it was the 22nd or the 20th, whatever. Now it's kind of like, we want you to light them. The official lighting date is going to be the Sunday before Christmas Eve. But if you want to light them Christmas Eve as well, feel free to do just that.
Right. Just buy the luminaries. You can light them whenever you want to.
And if you don't want to buy them, just make a donation. We'll be glad to take your resources.
All right. So rmhws.org. That's rmhws.org. You can go on there and make a donation immediately. You can learn more about how to get in touch with Mindy. What's the best phone number for you? 336?
723-0228.
All right, so 723-0228, and that's the best way to get you.
That's the main line.
Main line. Ask for Mindy Bloom. She is development director or director of development. Which one is it?
Development director.
Development director. Okay, so we can get you there. Now then, let's transition a little bit because I always like to do this. You've lived here for a while. What do you think about where our city's going? Do you and so I've got an end question I'll ask you in a minute, but how are you liking things?
Oh, we love it. I cannot believe there's so many things to do here. We have a daughter who lives in Atlanta, and she comes home with her husband, and they're just amazed at how much fun they can have in Winston-Salem, going downtown to the different places and have a great time. Yeah. And there's so many wonderful resources. There are great restaurants, great venues to go to enjoy music, to go to different bars and everything. It's a good place.
So you've been here as long as I have. You remember when you used to leave downtown at 3:30, 4 o'clock, and no one went back downtown again?
Yeah.
I was talking about how we used to deliver magazines. My family did that. We would deliver to the adult men's store next to Camel City Pawn Shop, and then Rainbow News when it was behind 4th Street Filling Station, and that was it. There was nothing else downtown, and when you left downtown at 3 o'clock, bowling ball through the city, and there was nobody there. Now it's like 3 o'clock in the morning, and you may still have people out trying to get back to their cars or finishing up a meal at Young Cardinal or stuff like that. Yeah.
It's just amazing, and there's so many. It's just a lot of fun things to do down there, and it's hard to do with them all. I mean, you go down to Trade Street, there's bar after bar, restaurant, and we just really enjoy ourselves going downtown.
Well, I know that and I'm gonna touch on this friend of yours that you have named Art. So your husband is just a decent piano player, is what I will say. Correct? He's okay.
No, he's not okay. He's wonderful.
He's freaking awesome. And so he's been involved with the symphony and some other things like that. Of course, many people know Art with the Bloom agency that he had before he retired. So what is he doing now? Is with the extra spare time right now? Is he staying around the house? Or
he's really doing very well. Thanks for asking. He's working on he's a big volunteer at Arbor Acres with Loma Hopkins and David Piner, and they run Loma and Art run the Sharps and Flats program, and it is an 80+ voice choir, and the mean age is like 85 or something like that. Right. And it's a show group actually. And so while they have a show that was planned for May, I'm not sure when that's going to happen, but they're going to make it happen. I know them. They're working on the holiday show now, and they keep writing. David's been writing lyrics, and Art has been writing the music to it, and they are coming up with some wonderful, wonderful songs. We're definitely hearing a lot of the holiday music already in our house because of it.
Awesome. He's just a great guy. I love the two of you guys. You're a power couple with volunteerism and the arts, and I'm lucky to call you guys friends outside of work. And his work with music, and of course yours with the kids, is just phenomenal, and I thank you guys for that.
Well, your words are very kind, and just I know your viewers already know this, but you are an extraordinary person, an extraordinary professional, and you took care of what we were trying to do several years ago when we were trying to sell our house, and you just took it right off our hands and made it happen. And then you took care of it for some good friends of ours just last year. So we're very grateful for you, and what a great resource you are in this community.
Well, you're very, very kind. So then let's end it up with this question. And it's one that it's not a hard question, but it does do some thought to it. So before we go to that, of course, rmhws.org, Mindy Bloom, Development Director. It's hard to say that like that now. I like Director of Development, but Development Director. And it's 336-72
30228
0228, and there's my fax number is close to that, so that's why I make sure you do it. So 723-0228. And so the question is a simple one, but it's some thought, and that is, I'm lucky to talk to you because you know where Winston-Salem has been. What do you want, see, need, or desire for the future for your town of Winston-Salem? And, where do you want us to go, or where do you see us going?
Wow. Yeah, pipe dream, the first thing that comes to my mind is I really wish we had a huge performance venue that was up to date and modern. We have a wonderful treasure in the Stevens Center and other theaters that we already mentioned, but it would be really, really nice to have a great place. I mean, we are the address for the arts, and to have a venue that could accommodate the arts of the 21st century, that would be fabulous.
Right. And First Arts Council in the United States is here. Yeah,
Exactly.
something, I mean, Greensboro getting the Tanger Center, gosh, it would have been so beautiful if we'd gotten that. Just a neat facility. I know they're suffering, obviously, because of the fact that they haven't even been able to open because of what's happened. But, I guess UNCSA is looking at updating the Stevens Center again. But yeah, you're right. I mean, remember when Neil Simon used to bring plays downtown Winston to test them out before Broadway?
That's right.
So
I do remember that.
Yeah, I think I'm hoping so much that we have the ability to bounce back from this. I know we're all going to be okay, but we all want it sooner than later. But we had so much momentum going into this. I just don't want to lose that momentum.
Well, Winston-Salem won't disappoint. I mean, we've always been nimble. We've had some blows dealt to us with the corporate exits, and yet we've still been nimble, and we've still been vibrant. And there's a lot of uncertainty right now, but there's a lot of positive things to think on, and I'm choosing to focus on those.
Yeah, we've had several guests, and I mean, this is going to be our 12th episode, and we've had several guests talk, and some are of, hey, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? I'm okay with being mid-market with a lot of small corporations. I know, and we talked, the mayor would love to have, Truist or BB&T here as, the feather in the cap or stuff, but I'd rather be the incubator and you grow those smaller things that just don't want to leave, rather than have a big fish that once they leave, they can devastate the community. Because as much as Charlotte's getting this stuff now, they're going to leave and go somewhere else at some point. I mean, the Panthers have talked about leaving because they want a better tax rate. I mean, I'd rather keep it to good invested in the community owners that really want to stay.
Yeah. And I think that people do want to stay here as best they can. It's a great place to raise children. I mean, when we came back here, I lived here from 84 to 90, went to Richmond, and then came back in 95. And we came back in 95 without jobs, but we were just like, well, our daughter's going to start school, and we're going to make it happen.
Yeah.
We've loved it ever since.
Well, yeah, and it's just a great place, and what that people call it the biggest small town, and I mean the littlest big town in America, or the biggest small town in America, the biggest small town in America, because you can walk down the street and you see like 5 people, and but I really appreciate you being here and sharing some time with me tonight. I know you still got a couple more hours left. I'm trying to look. You got another hour or so before you get to go home.
Yeah.
Thanks for helping out, and thanks for all you do. And of course, for those of you that are watching, please support the channel. Go on and like it on YouTube, subscribe, things like that. Check out the Ronald McDonald House. That's rmhws.org, rmhws.org. Or reach out to my friend Mindy Bloom at 723-0288. 0228.
No, 0228.
I got it. I saved it. 0228, 723-0228. And learn more about the Ronald McDonald House. Send them a little bit of money so they can buy food for the 15 families that are there right now that have relatives that are in the hospital, these kids that just need a little bit of extra help to get home, and we really appreciate it. And Mindy, I can't thank you enough for being on the show and taking the time out.
Thank you for having me.
All right, well, you take care of yourself, and again, folks, check us out online, and please like and subscribe on YouTube.